Hi guys! So I'm back, and as promised, this week I'm going to talk about the subjects that are recommended for people to take at AS and, well, A level if they want to go to a medical school and study medicine. So I think this is really important. Obviously, if you're already in AS, it's not that helpful because you're already taking them and it's probably too late to change them. But if you're in your GCSEs or coming up to that, or maybe you've just started your AS and you can still change, this might give you a little bit of guidance. I mean, it's not set in stone. You can choose the A levels that you want to do, but these are the recommended ones, or so I've been told, for going to a medical school. And it's especially important because they're not all what you'd think you'd need to take. So I definitely hadn't thought about taking some of the ones I am taking. Um, and I found out just how important they are. And if you make the wrong decisions, then you can be out from pretty much all of them. So you do have to be careful. Um, so yeah. So I'll start off with the basics. Well, I'll start GCSEs. In case you're worried, don't. I mean, the subjects you take at GCSE, you don't have much choice anyway, so don't worry about that. You know, whatever you take will be fine. Some universities are now saying they want at least a C grade in a modern language, but that's only a few, and I don't know how serious it is, so don't worry too much. The most important subjects that you need to be worried about are your AS for the subjects and not the grades anyway. But the most important one above all of them is chemistry. Yeah, I know it's a little bit surprising and it's probably really annoying for a lot of people, like it was for me, because I didn't particularly love chemistry. It's not the most exciting subject, it's difficult, and more importantly, you don't really see its links to, well, medicine that clearly. And so it seems a bit of a drag to take it for 2 years. But it is the one subject that virtually every single medical school needs you to take. And if you don't have it, you're not going. Basically, all of them. And the reason for this is mainly because chemistry is going to give you the basics for what makes up everything in life. All the nice, like, atoms and bonds and everything. Yeah, all that stuff is going to help you, and it will link into some biology. I know you don't normally associate the two things together, but I've been doing biology and chemistry for a while now, and they definitely have links, and it can be useful. It is hard, but it gets better, and if you want to do medicine, you need it. So, yeah. Now you get a little bit of after you've chosen chemistry and you got that, you get a little bit of choice, but there's not much. So the options are that you have to take two sciences. So that means you can either take chemistry and biology, or you can take chemistry and physics. Now, for me, it seemed pretty obvious that the definite other science I was going to take was biology, because that is the reason, like, I want to do medicine. I mean, biology is the body and its illnesses and it's all that. So if you don't like biology, I don't know, you might not want to become a doctor. I don't know exactly what your plan is, but yeah, so biology might be a good idea. I mean, you can take physics, or you can take you can take all three sciences. But if you do that, you still need, what they want is, they want two sciences, and if you've taken biology, they want either physics or math. So you can take all three sciences and math, or you can take two sciences, math, and another thing, or you can take all three sciences and another thing. I don't think you need math, and you don't need three sciences, but I mean, it depends on the university, because some universities definitely want math, and there you go. And some would prefer three sciences. It really depends on the university, so you've got to look it up. But yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a big deal now what you pick, but it's always good to check. Aside from that, what I mean, there's a lot of debate about whether you should take literally the three sciences in math, or you should show a little bit of variety by taking, I don't know, biology, chemistry, math, and say history, because that shows you can write, or English, and it shows you've got you're a bit more well-rounded. But this will depend on what university you want to go to and your strengths. If you know you suck at writing, then yeah, stay with the sciences and math. It's, if that's what you're good at, that's fine. If you really, really don't want to take physics or one of the others, then yeah, go for another one. But the only thing I would warn you about is that if you are planning on applying to a BMAT university, which is normally, which is at the moment, it's Oxford, Cambridge, I think it's Imperial and UCL, you have to take the BMAT paper, and that will include some physics in. So if you're not taking physics at AS, you really need to look it up. Look up some of your GCSE physics if you're taking it, or get a little bit of tuition or read up about it, because it does come up in the BMAT. But on the other hand, there's an essay in the BMAT. There's a 30-minute essay, so don't completely lose all your English skills just because you're not doing it anymore. And yeah, so keep up with that. So I'll tell you what I'm taking and why, and what I'm thinking about this, what I think about the subject so far. So I'm taking the three sciences and math, which was a really hard choice because I'm not naturally a scientist or a mathematician. My strengths in GCSE were definitely English and the essay writing subjects like history and geography and RS. And I did like biology. I did like biology a lot, but the other two, physics and chemistry, I was alright at, but I wasn't didn't love them, and I didn't totally understand everything we were doing with them. But now I'm taking them full out, so I'm literally taking the three sciences and math. And this is partly because I was always gonna, for medicine, take two sciences and math, and I wasn't planning on taking physics, but I am gonna take the BMAT. And I was advised by my school to take physics because instead of English, which I was planning on taking, because apparently sometimes English can look weak, which I disagree with, because I don't care where you're working. I don't see why being able to write a good essay or whatever could ever be a disadvantage, but I guess it can. So that's why I'm taking physics instead of English. Yeah, I was originally taking IB, which I did really like, and my subjects, I can't even remember. I think I had higher level biology, chemistry, and English, and standard level math, French, and geography. And I really liked it, except I kind of just sort of really decided I wanted to do medicine and thought it would be a bit clearer for me to take A levels rather than IB, and yeah, that's basically why. Also, there's a lot of talk about whether you should carry on if you're taking 4 AS levels, whether you should carry them all on to the next year or not, and I think it depends really how you're doing in them. If you're really struggling in physics, don't take it in the next one. Just stay with the other 3. But then again, if you feel confident in all of them, or you want to have an extra one just in case you mess up on another one, maybe take them all. I haven't totally decided yet, but I think I'm going to take all 4 till the next year, which is great. So I guess now I can talk about what I think of the subjects so far. Uh, my favorite's probably got to be biology. It's really interesting this year. We've been doing a lot about diseases and like heart diseases, lung diseases, cholera. So it's been really great and I've really enjoyed it. And not too hard. It followed on pretty smoothly from GCSE. The next easiest would probably be math, surprisingly, because I found math kind of, well, not difficult at GCSE, but it wasn't one of the ones that I thought came more naturally to me. It was one I definitely had to work a lot for. And yeah, it's going really well, actually. The first papers that we're working on are the core papers, which don't seem too far off GCSE. Stats is hard, but the core papers have been okay. And then, if biology and math are up here, way down here, we've got physics and chemistry. Right, so where to start with these two? Chemistry is a drag, really, for me. Other people love it. Other people are brilliant at it and they love it, but for me, I'm purely taking it because I have to. It's difficult and I don't see the relevance a lot of time, and I've spoken to doctors and asked them, how many times a day do you use chemistry when you're working? And their answer is basically, we don't. So, it's kind of annoying and it's difficult. But it is mainly a lot of memory work, and what I found out is that as soon as you get into AS chemistry, a lot of what you learn at GCSE is a lie. And that is really annoying and gives you a headache for a long time. But it's not too bad. It's not too hard. It's okay. It's just not as exciting as the other ones. And then on the other side, you've got physics, which is really quite interesting, actually, really interesting, but really, really, really hard. Way harder than any of the others, and a huge step up from GCSE physics. Like, I was pretty good at GCSE physics, and now it's like really hard. Really, really hard. So, you do things that you've never even thought existed. Like, we're doing quantum mechanics at the moment, and it's just really hard. My teacher actually taught us to bring in headache medication because of the work we're going to be doing. So, that tells you something about physics. And there's a lot of coursework, and if you don't like doing speeches in front of people, you gotta get over it, because you have to, and it's scary. And, oh yeah, and chemistry, well, all three sciences, you really get really good at your, experiment stuff. So if you were used to, at GCSE, doing experiments, like in little groups or pairs, and relying on the other person to do your work, kind of like I was, where I didn't really do anything, I barely knew how to work the gas tap thing. Well, yeah, you can't do that anymore. Because in chemistry, you get assessed practicals, where you're doing every single experiment on your own, and they watch you like a hawk, and you get assessed on it, and that's part of your grade, and that is that. Which isn't fun, but you gotta do it. So, yeah, but other than that, they're not going too badly, and it was pretty stressful at the start of the year because I wasn't used to it all, and some of my friends were in English or in history, and it was kind of driving me insane because I was in these sciences and math, and it was hard, and I'm happy with it now, and it's going pretty well, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing I know a lot of people in my year that want to do medicine and are taking two sciences, math, and whatever, history, psychology, whatever, but and they're doing great, so it's purely just my choice and what I was told to do, but you can definitely choose what you want at that stage. But yeah, that is basically, I think that's all I have to talk about. Yeah, so maybe, I think this is probably the end of this discussion, and next time, think the next topic I'm gonna do might be, well, you tell me what you want, but I was planning on talking about the grades that you need to get for universities, but that might change. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I hope this video was a little bit helpful. And yeah, so please comment telling me anything you want about anything, and yeah, I'll put up the next video soon. Bye!